Welcome to the Get Empowered podcast. Your host, Erika, here. I'm so excited to dive into today's episode. So, of course, I'm going to share something I'm grateful for. I'm going to share something I'm currently loving, which is a life hack if you are a reader. So, if you read, stay tuned. And then I'm going to share something that's just been on my mind lately, which is all about the concept of, are we going after our vision? What's holding us back from going after our vision? How are we creating the vision? And what can we do to actually make the vision a reality? So I'm going to dive into that today. I'm so excited. And of course, I'm going to share a chakra card. And the one we pulled today is so fucking good and so aligned to everything we're talking about. Let's dive in. Welcome to the Get Empowered podcast. My name is Erika Vichcales, and I am a mindset mentor, personal development junkie, holistic health advocate, and lover of all things spiritual. At the Get Empowered podcast, I'm here to help you overcome limitations, step into your power, and create your dream life. I've spent the last several years healing my mind, body, and soul, and have learned so much along the way. From healing trauma to navigating a sober lifestyle and learning how to step into my personal power, it has been transformational. If you're looking to heal, to be inspired, to uplevel your life, and to become the most empowered version of yourself, you've come to the right place. I created this podcast to help you know you are worthy of rewriting your story, to help you navigate your own empowerment journey. You are worthy of living your most authentic, aligned, and inspired life, and I can help you get there. Whether you are diving deep into personal development or just need a weekly pick-me-up, I've got you covered. Thank you so much for pressing play today. I cannot wait to transform together. Let's get empowered. Welcome to the Get Empowered podcast. Your host, Erika, here. I'm so excited for this week's episode. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. It really means the world to me. So let's start with something I'm grateful for. Other than all of you, as you know, you are always top of my gratitude list. But this week, I'm just grateful for the weather. And that might sound corny, but spring is here. And in Arizona, that means it's starting to get warm. This was actually the first weekend that people were paddleboarding. I didn't go paddleboarding because I had to work yesterday. And honestly, I just didn't plan for it today. But you bet your butt, I will be getting on the water here very soon. I went for a hike this morning, and I'm just so grateful for the sunshine, for the spring weather. It's getting warm here. It is. I think it's supposed to get up to 90 today. But I just remind myself summer is much hotter. So I am just so grateful for the sunshine and for getting outside. It really is so important for me and my soul to get into nature and to reconnect. And I'm just so grateful for it. It makes my heart just so incredibly happy to see like this rebirth of energy. I just feel like so many people right now have shared how motivated they are, how they're feeling the spring vibes, and it is definitely a vibe. I love it. So I'm grateful for this like change of seasons, I guess. I don't know if weather, change of seasons, sun, the new energy. I just love it all. I love it all so fucking much. So that is what I am grateful for today. And I would love to hear what y'all are grateful for. So please DM me. All right. What am I loving today? So as you guys know, I read a lot, and I've actually not been someone that's been into audiobooks. I know that might sound weird because obviously this is a podcast. I love podcasts. I listen to a lot of podcasts. And this week, I decided to kind of put down some of my podcasts as much as I like them, specifically the news ones, because I know I've said it a couple times lately, but I'm just so over the news. I just am. I am so exhausted by it. I've noticed that it really has started to affect my energy and my vibration. And maybe that's a privileged thing to say, but I just don't want to give my energy and vibration to it anymore. So I'm choosing not to. And so I'm putting down the news, but that means I need something to listen to while I work. And I do love music. So music is an option, but I like listening to something more active, right? So I started to listen to some audiobooks, and I have like a fun one and then a more personal development one that I've been like trying to read. And for whatever reason, I can't read it for the life of me. Like I could never get through it. So I downloaded it on the audio version, and I am loving it. And so this is something I want to share. What am I so, or what, well, yes, I am grateful for it, but also what am I loving is the Libby app. I've definitely mentioned it in older episodes, but the Libby app, Libby, I think it was formerly known as Overdrive, and I think they combined because I had Overdrive and I was like, nope, psych, switch to Libby, and all my content went over there. So I love the Libby app because if you have a library card, you have access to books on a Kindle, like the e-reading book, or like the electronic version of the book, or you can have access to audiobooks. Now, obviously, they don't have everything, just like, a normal library doesn't have everything, but I love how many options they have. I've been able to download some really good books that way, and it saves money. Like, I love books, but especially a book that I don't think I'm going to read multiple times, I don't really want to own. This spring energy has got me decluttering a little bit, and I'm just like, I don't want more stuff. I don't want more things. Okay. So I'm loving the Libby app. And if you have a reader, like an e-reader of some sort, I have the Kindle Fire. If you have a tablet, whatever the case may be, and you're wanting to read more, or you can download it on your phone too. But if you want like audiobooks, it's a great place for both audiobooks and ebooks. So I recommend it, and it's free. Like, who doesn't fucking love free? All you got to do is have a library card, which again, free. All you got to do is go to a library. And most public cities, or most cities, I should say, have public libraries. So I love it. I think it's really awesome. I personally just am so thankful for the app because it saved me a lot of money. It's introduced me to books that I didn't even know about, really. Like, it'll give me suggestions and I'm like, oh, sure, why not? I'll try that. And then yeah, I'm really, really grateful for it. So that's what I'm loving this week. Okay, so for this week's episode, I really wanted to talk about, is your vision bigger than your fear? So, like I said, it's spring energy. People are kind of going through a rebirth. A lot of people are decluttering, starting new things, starting new projects. It's Taurus season now. And I just, especially maybe after ending my program, I've been doing a lot of thinking. And my program, meaning Manifestation Babe, it brought me so much clarity. And one thing that I was so clear about was, one, my love for this podcast, and two, very clear on the life that I desire. And there are a lot of things that I do not know. I do not know how I'm going to achieve every single one of my dreams. I do not know how necessarily I'm going to get there. But I do trust that I will get there. And I have fully, what's the word I'm looking for? Embodied that I will be there. I know in my soul and in my gut that I am going to create not only a life that I love, the life I desire, and make my vision become reality. And I don't need to know how right now. And that is okay. So I want to ask you, is your vision bigger than your fear? And why does that matter? So I think I've talked about this a little bit before on the podcast, but one thing that I think I knew this before doing the program, but was just so cemented for me, is the need to take inspired and aligned action. Okay. And so when you are looking at your life, so we're in spring, a lot of people are starting new things or are getting rid of old things, and maybe they're just looking for a bit of refresh in their life. If you are looking to make changes in your life and you know that you have certain goals, certain desires, have you, though, gotten crystal clear on your vision? Have you taken the time to write down, to really think about, sit and meditate, write down what it is that you desire? And not only what is it that you desire, but why do you desire it? So I've been getting back into my new moon journaling with my manifestation program that I just completed. I loved it so, so, so much, but it was a lot of work. And in that time, I really kind of put down my moon journaling, though I still tracked the moon and I still did my best to work with the energy of the moon phase that we were in. I wasn't doing the active journal prompts. And one thing that I was reminded of the other day as I was setting my new moon intention was, why did I want that intention to come to fruition? Why did I want to make this thing that I am envisioning my reality? And, for me, a lot of that is I want time freedom. I want financial freedom. I'm really big into freedom, right? I don't like being tied down. I don't like being told what to do. Probably not a shocker to literally anyone, but here we are. And one thing that is in the journal prompts is then you go a bit deeper, but like, why do you want those things? And I realized for me, again, freedom, but to me, that freedom shows security and safety and being grounded and having sovereignty. And I think right now we're in a period of time where a lot of people are questioning whether or not they are truly free and whether or not their dreams are going to be able to become reality. So, something I'm going to ask you and I'm going to challenge you is, are you taking the steps to make your vision become reality? Are you digging deep? Are you thinking about what is it that I desire? Why is it that I actually desire it? And get very real with yourself, because I think once I really connected the dots, I would say, of, oh, I want this income or this financial status because it would allow me to do XYZ thing. And I want to do XYZ thing because actually maybe I didn't always feel the most safe or secure as a child. So I really crave that safety and that security. Or maybe it's because, I don't know, like I really want to have this body shape because I always feel my best when I am this way or when I have been this way in the past. And so, why do I want that though? Why does it make me feel my best? Oh, because I have more energy, because I have more vitality, because I have more confidence in myself, because I feel better about myself, because I wake up better, I sleep better. Whatever the case may be, I'm just throwing some fucking examples out there. And so, my question to you is, do you have what it takes to overcome the fear and make your vision become reality? Because the key to making your vision become reality is a couple of things. But first of all, is to buckle the fuck up and to take the aligned action that you need to take to make it become reality, and to take inspired action. And some of you may ask, okay, Erika, you know you want a certain life, but you don't know how exactly you're going to get there. So how do you take inspired action? So here's what I've done in my past is, I know that I want to create X income. I know that I want to work for myself. I know that I love sharing my message. And I know that I've been given these lessons and these experiences in my life to share with others to learn from. I know this in my soul and in my gut. I can't tell you why I know it. I just fucking know it. So for me, one big part of inspired action and aligned action was starting the podcast. I've talked about it before, but essentially, one day I just kept getting this nagging feeling, start a podcast, start a podcast, start a podcast. And I was like, who the fuck am I to start a podcast? Who the fuck am I? If you think I didn't ask myself that question, I 100% did. And you know what? Who am I? I'm Erika fucking Vichcales. I've been through a lot. I've grown through a lot. I've worked through a lot. I am like 3+ years sober. I am overcoming trauma. I'm reparenting myself. I've learned a lot of fucking shit. And that's who I am. I don't need a special certification or special training to start a fucking podcast. So I know what I did? I Googled it. I Googled, what do I need? I bought the equipment and then I fucking started it. And it has been one of the best decisions of my entire life. Hands down. And I don't know if this podcast is going to become a business. I'm not saying that. I don't know. I might just be doing this for fun for the rest of my life. But I do know that for whatever reason, I was meant to take this inspired action. I know it. And I am so confident in that because my soul was guiding me to take that action. And when I said yes to the calling, when I said yes, it has just transformed my life. It has helped clear my throat chakra. It has allowed me to feel more confident in speaking my words. It has gained me new connections with people. I mean, shit, one of the top fucking cities that this podcast is listened to is Brussels. I don't know if I know anyone in Brussels. So, hi, Brussels family. Thank you so much for listening. That's fucking awesome. But I'm like, I don't know who's listening in Brussels, but I'm so fucking grateful that they are. I'm so grateful that this podcast has made it all around the world. We are in so many different continents, guys. I think the only one we aren't in as of now that I know of is Antarctica and maybe Asia. I would have to check the map. We're pretty far west, but I think we have actually reached Asia. We've reached Africa. We've reached Europe, Australia, North and South America, I believe. I'd have to double check on South America, but we're all over the world. And us being all over the world, to me, shows that this message is meant to reach people all over the world. So why was I meant to experience the things in my life that I have experienced? I don't really fucking know. But I do think part of it is to be able to take the lesson and share it all with you. So when you think about your life and you think about, I have this dream, I have this goal, I have this desire, when you think about it, are you getting any sort of indication on a next step you might need to take? I would take some time. And if you're not, that's okay. Sometimes we don't really know what we're supposed to do. And this is where we need to learn how to trust and open ourselves up to the universal guidance. So I really recommend journaling. If you aren't a journaler, that's okay. I'll be honest, even though I really recommend it, it's actually not my strong suit. I am an old school meditator. I love to fucking meditate. I love to sit down or lay down, especially now that I have an acupressure mat. I will lay down on my acupressure mat. I'll turn on some music and I will meditate and I will just see what flows through. I will sit there, I will take nice deep breaths, and I will just see what is the universe guiding me to do. Sometimes I get episodes ideas in my meditations. Sometimes I just feel a huge release in one of my chakras. Sometimes my brain is just reset. But I have noticed that when I take the time to slow down and to listen, is when I start to hear the small messages on what actions am I meant to take. And I have a couple actions that I'm working towards right now that I'm not going to share because it's not ready for me to share. And they're fucking scary. They're really scary. I don't know why. I'm getting a little emotional right now when I think about it because I'm like, holy fucking shit, universe. What do you mean you want me to do that? That's crazy. Who am I? Who am I? I'm Erika fucking Vichcales. And if my words are meant to reach people via whatever communication mode they are, if my story is meant to help others, it will. And I am learning to just trust and release, to take the action and to release the need for a certain outcome, because a lot of people would probably have quit doing this podcast by now, to be quite honest, because it's a lot of work. And like you guys know, I do it for fun. I do it to connect with y'all. I do it because it lights my soul up on fire. And I trust that because I feel so lit up from this, that it is somehow connected and tied to my purpose, right? I'm just having that innate trust, but it was really scary. And I had to overcome my fear to start it. And to be honest, this is an active thing. I have to overcome my fear every single time I plug in my fucking mic. Because I'm like, I'm opening my heart to y'all. I'm opening my soul. I'm probably making myself sound a little crazy, or I'm sharing some not so hot things about my life because guess what? I'm an imperfect being, because who isn't? And I share with you in the hope that my message or my story, that you're able to take some piece of it and apply it to your life in a way that will help better your life, will help empower your life. And I've just been feeling this such strong pull towards being what I'm calling an empowerment alchemist. And what I mean by that, because I'll just be honest, I've been not resonating with the term coach. I'm just not loving the term coach. Because I don't want to be your coach. I want to help you alchemize. I want to help you turn the pain and the sorrow and the hard fucking shit that you've been through, because we've all been through it. I want you to turn that from this hard thing in your life to the thing that fucking propels you forward, to the thing that gives you your fucking power. Because you know what? You're fucking strong. I'm strong. You're strong. And sometimes I hated being told I was strong because I felt like it was dismissive a little bit. So I'm sorry if you're feeling that way, but I just need to tell you that if you're here listening, you are meant to be here listening today. You are meant to hear this message, that whatever it is that is on your heart, that you feel called to do, that you feel lights your soul on fucking fire, take the action to do it. Because whatever the reason may be, and maybe you don't know right now, maybe you're like, why do I need to go do this thing? Why do I need to volunteer at this place, or become a big brother, big sister, or start a family, or start a podcast, or write a book, or start a blog, or start a new job, or what the fuck ever it may be? If you're thinking about why do I need to do the thing and the answer isn't obvious to you, that's okay. That doesn't mean you don't do it. I truly, truly believe that when we are able to tune in to ourselves, to the universal guidance, that we're able to live a life that is more in alignment, because I believe we are getting direction and inspiration from sources that are larger than us that just want to help propel us forward. And that doesn't mean you need to know what the outcome is going to be. I don't know what the outcome is going to be from this fucking episode, right? I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that today I felt called to share the message that if you have a vision, if you have a dream, if you have something that's on your heart, do not fucking give it up just because it scares you. Okay? The amount of times that I could have been scared into not doing something that then changed my fucking life, endless. Endless. I mean, the amount of times that I've moved across the country and I was scared shitless, and then it ended up being the best decision ever, that has happened multiple times. And I'm so grateful that I took the fucking leap every time. Do you know how scary it was to move to Montana? I didn't know a fucking soul, okay? And when I remember when my parents dropped me off, they helped me move into my apartment, they dropped me off, they waved goodbye, I cried. I sat in my room and I just cried. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I don't know anyone here. I don't know if my roommate fucking likes me. She's like off doing her own thing, which is cool. Like, no hate, seriously, no hate. But like, I was like, I'm alone as fuck. What did I do? And to be honest, even though there's definitely some painful memories from my time in Montana, it is one of the moments in my life, like that time period really allowed me to find myself because I was so alone. I had to learn to be comfortable with my fucking self. I had to learn to love myself. And I'm still learning to love myself, guys. It is an ongoing process, but I feel like my time in Montana was the first time I really learned to enjoy being alone. I enjoyed the quiet time. Now I crave the quiet time. I crave those days when I'm able to just fucking vibe and do my own thing and just exist and just be low key. I crave it now because I don't get as many. And I'm okay with that. I don't need it as often. You know, I live with my partner. I love living with him. And we're very good at like giving each other space and being able to be like, all right, I'm going to go do my thing and he's going to do his thing. And then we come back together and it's lovely. But I just feel like there's so much on my plate nowadays that I sometimes look back at the times in my life where I just was able to just fucking vibe. I know I keep saying that, but it's just like resonating today. And I'm like, wow, that was a cool period of time. And I never knew what was going to come from my time in Montana. All I knew was that I was meant to go. I met the people I was supposed to meet there. I had got the education I was supposed to meet there. I fell in love with the area. It made me like living in the mountains made me feel alive. It really helped me learn how to love and appreciate the outdoors as like an adult because my parents instilled this love for me, but I really learned how to do it on my own. And I just felt like I came alive in the mountains. I think it's one reason why I love just going outside so much. Like I went for a hike this morning with my friend and I love it. I'm so grateful. And it changed how I viewed the world. And I wasn't originally supposed to go to school there, guys. Like I had already committed to a school in Minnesota. And then when I got into Montana, my gut was like, no, 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 go to Montana. And I was like, I don't know why the fuck I'm going to Montana. Like, why would I go to Montana over Minnesota? Like, why would I go so far away? And I just knew I had to. So I was like, all right, fuck it, full send. Boom, went. Just like when I moved to Arizona. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Again, didn't know a fucking soul. Hadn't been here. I was like, well, full fucking send. I've done it before. It turned out fine. And you know what? Sometimes that's what you got to do in life is you just got to send it. You got to, and like, I know that's such a, maybe a silly way to phrase it, but what I love about that phrase is just send it is you aren't overthinking it. You aren't overcomplicating it. You are taking inspired and aligned action. And I'm saying this to you because I need this reminder of Erika, you have some things on your heart. When the fuck are you going to do them? So this is my question to you. If you have something on your heart, maybe something is coming up right now as I'm speaking. You're like, oh, I've been wanting to do that thing. I've been wanting to take that step. I've been wanting to make that phone call or send that email or quit that job or make that move. This is your reminder to fucking do it. Stop waiting. We don't know how much time we have here on this planet. We don't know. We don't know what our life is meant to look like. And to be quite honest, I know I am someone that I live of the belief of I want to play all out. I would rather look back and be like, oh, well, I tried some shit and it didn't work out, versus look back and be like, I didn't even take a chance on myself. So are you willing to take a chance on yourself? Is your vision more important and bigger than your fear? Is it? Because if you have this vision for your life and you know in your soul that you are meant to make it a reality, then why the fuck are you letting anything stop you from getting there? Why? Who gives a flying actual fuck what anyone thinks? Who cares what I think about what you do? Who cares about what your fucking mom thinks, your dad thinks, your fucking grandma, the random chick you're still friends on Facebook from like 20 fucking years ago? Whatever the case may be. Why do we care? You know, I've been really diving deep in my spirituality lately in ways that would probably upset some people. You know, I was raised Catholic, so I'm sure there's people who are like, she's a fucking demon. Whatever, I don't care. And making this deep dive has really opened up so much for me. It has healed so much. It has opened my eyes to so much, and has made me realize, like, I am just tapping the fucking surface of my potential. I'm just tapping the fucking surface. So remember, are you just tapping the surface of your potential? Are you going for the things that you desire, or are you going to let life just fucking pass you by? So this is my reminder to you that your vision is more important than the fucking fear. So okay, now we've said that a couple times. How do we overcome the fear? How do we do that? There's a couple things you can do. If you want to take action and you're just like really fucking scared, you know, why don't you write down, I'm just going off the cuff here. Why don't you write down all the things that scare you about taking that action? So I'll use myself as an example with this podcast. Okay, if I really took the action to market it to its fullest, to put it out there, what could happen? Well, people may hear it that judge me. It's opening myself up to criticism. Like, let's think of the bad things, okay? I could open myself up to criticism. Maybe people will dig deep into my past and find out shit I don't want to know and embarrass me. Or maybe I'll just get more, I don't know, scrutiny, or whatever the case may be. Maybe people won't like me. You know what? I'm not here to be fucking liked. I don't care. I mean, I do, but I don't. You know? Like, of course, I know that I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and I'm fine with it. I don't need to be everyone's cup of tea. I am a cup of tea for the people that enjoy it. And if you don't, that's okay. My feelings are not hurt. And when I think about some of those other fears of, oh my gosh, well, what if like this thing is found out? Or what if like they find out my deepest, darkest secrets? Well, you know what? God forbid. Like, one, I put a lot of my shit out there already. So there's not much with that. Y'all don't know. But two, I am an imperfect person. We all are. No one is perfect on this planet. And if my biggest fear is that, oh my gosh, they're going to judge me, they're probably judging me anyways. On one hand, I'm going to be like, they're judging you anyways. On the other hand, too, and this might sound bad, but it's not meant to, we're kind of like selfish people, right? Most people are not thinking about you. They're thinking about their own shit. And to be quite honest, I know way more people are actually, and like this is not meant to sound cocky, but less people that I'm aware of or that have actually said anything, less people are judging you, and more people are actually probably inspired by the action you're taking. I mean, the amount of people that are like, I can't believe you do a podcast. It's so much work. That's so cool. Like, how do you do it? And I'm like, I don't know. I just fucking show up. So here's another thing. Show the fuck up for yourself. Show up for yourself. You are deserving and you are worthy, and your vision matters. Your vision is placed on your heart for a fucking reason. Do you think the universe, God, source, what the fuck ever, would put this vision on your heart if you didn't have the capability to achieve it? Because guess what? If you weren't meant to achieve these things in your life, you wouldn't have even fucking thought of them. So that's how I know I'm going to make a shit ton of money in my life. Do I know how? No, I don't. But I know I'm going to. And I know I'm going to because I wouldn't have all these dreams. I wouldn't have this vision of it and all the things I could do with it if I wasn't meant to. And there's a lot of shit I want to do. There's a lot of things I want to build. There's a lot of things I want to start, both charity-wise, potentially nonprofit-wise, and then like selfishly, things I want. And I know that I can make an income while making an impact. I'm confident. Now, do I know what that exactly looks like? No. But do I know that the first step is betting on myself and taking the action that inspires me? Yeah, I do. So think about, what is it that you desire? What is the worst fucking thing that could happen if it comes true? Okay, now that you've wrote that down, what could happen if you don't? If you don't go for it, what could happen? That's something a lot of people don't want to think about. Because when I think about that, I'm like, well, I actually get really upset at that concept. Because I'm like, if I don't go for it, not that I think my life is bad right now. I really don't. I really, really don't. But I'm like, if I don't go for my dreams, then I'm just not even giving myself a fucking chance. And that pisses me off. Sometimes I talk to Kyle and I'm like, I wish I was just like fine with the normal, with the average. But I'm not fine with the normal. I'm not fine with the average. It doesn't resonate with me. And if it resonates with you, that's fucking awesome. I'm not at all judging. But for me, I'm like, hell no. No, no, no. I need to at least fucking try. And if I die trying, it's better than nothing, you know? So be brave. Bet on yourself. Count on yourself. You can do it, but you have to believe in yourself. And I think one of the first things to start the belief and to help you get over the fear of making your vision a reality is by just laying out what's the worst that could fucking happen. Because a lot of times when you do that, you realize it's not actually that bad. It's not that bad. And even if hard things do happen, because as you guys know, if you've listened, a lot of hard things have happened in my life in the last couple of years. And it's been painful. It's been a fucking journey. It's been a trip. But I want to remind you that especially if painful things happen and you do the work surrounding them, you're going to get through it. And I'm a testament to that. And I'm going to get a little emotional here. But this morning I called my dad and I talked to him on the phone for a little bit. And I mean my biological father. And if you told me a year ago that I talked to my biological father on the phone and that it was a nice, pleasant chat and we just caught up, he told me about his work trip, I told him about the fact I was going hiking, and it was really pleasant, I would have not believed you. Because a year ago, I didn't think that was possible for me. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. A year ago, I did not think that was possible. But I did the work. Right? I did the work. And I had the open and the honest conversations. And a year ago, if you told me that this other family relationship would be not back to normal because the normal wasn't healthy, but that we've started to create a new healthy relationship, I don't know if I would have believed you, because I was so in the fucking hurt and the pain and the stuck in the muck that I was like, there's no fucking way. Fuck that person. There's no way. And you know what? There is a way. But you have to be willing to do the work. You have to be willing to get real and to get honest with yourself and to realize where your faults are, realize where you need to work on something, and to be able to just let go. And if you're struggling with something, specifically if it involves other people and maybe they've hurt you or a situation was hurtful and maybe you hurt them in a way too, something that has helped me, and I don't know where I heard this, I can't like cite a specific book or something, but something that has really helped me is this concept of soul contracts. I am a big fucking believer that every person in our life we have some sort of soul contract with. Okay? We have the soul contract with people, and whatever role they play in our lives is the role they were meant to play. Whatever things happen is what was meant to happen. And that doesn't mean that we don't have free will. I do think we have free will, but I do think that to an extent, we experience what we're meant to experience. So if you go through this really painful fucking breakup or something, you were meant to go through that really painful breakup. If you Like I didn't talk to my dad for 18 fucking years, people. 18 years. 18 years. And if you had told me that at 29, we now are like rebuilding a relationship, I'd think you're high as a goddamn kite. I'd be like, no way. There's no way. But guess what, guys? There is a way. And it's happening. And it's reality. And it's fucking cool. And it's beautiful. And I'm really fucking grateful for it. But the only reason that is able to happen is because of the fact that I did the fucking work. And I was able to realize that for whatever reason, that was meant to be our path. And I can't change it. I can't fucking change it. So why am I giving it so much energy and so much power over my life? Why am I? Or my other situation where I was so hurt, I felt so betrayed, and I was so angry for so long. I can't tell you what exactly was what one fucking thing helped me get over the anger because I don't know. But I think a big part of it was just realizing that that is their story, that is their journey. None of the shit that happened is about me. That's them dealing with their stuff. And unfortunately, how it affected me just happened to be a side consequence. But you know what? That doesn't change my worth. That doesn't change my value. It doesn't change who I am as a person. Them treating me like shit doesn't change me. Okay? And you know what? A lot of times it's because people have their own pain. They have their own things they're working through, and they just don't know how to express it in a way without hurting others. Sometimes we're just meant to be hurt by people, and it fucking sucks. But you know what? If I wasn't hurt by certain individuals in my life, I would never have gained the courage and the power to stand up for myself, to speak my fucking truth, to love myself, and to love myself unconditionally. I love myself. I don't know if I could have said that even a year ago, but I truly love myself and I know my worth and I know my value. And a big part of that, I think, too, has been reparenting and learning to show myself and show my body and show my soul that this physical being that I am in right now, this is a safe space because I make it a safe space. I make it this place where I can grow and I can thrive and I'm not getting judged for my opinions. I'm allowed to try new things. I'm allowed to do things that light my soul on fire. I mean, last night I took a fucking bubble bath. I went all out. And I haven't done that in God knows how long. And you know what? It was fucking cool. I had some friends who were like, Erika, do it. Do it. Treat yourself. Make it like a whole fucking experience. And in my brain, I'm like, that's so dumb. That's so childish. Why would I do that? And I'm so glad I did. It was such a beautiful just expression of self-love. So I got off on a little tangent, but I think it's important. If you have these fears, maybe because someone hurt you, maybe because in the past when you've tried something, it hasn't worked out, or you got judged, or you got called out for it, or what the fuck ever. Just know that only you can truly give power to certain situations. So even if you do something and maybe like your parents or a family member or a friend or your partner is kind of like, what the fuck? Why are you doing that? That's so silly. That's so dumb. That's so stupid. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. Whatever it is, it's not. Like, I mean, my best friend tells me all the time how she's like, I really want to make some ice cream and sell it. I'm like, fucking do it. Also, her ice cream is good as shit. But why do we limit ourselves based on the potential reaction of others? Let them react. They can react however the fuck they want to react. It does not impact you. And I know that's hard to say because we let these things impact us that don't really impact us. But this is my reminder to you that if you go around being scared and letting fear control your life, you are truly allowing yourself to live for other people and not live for yourself. And is that what you want? Do you want to spend your life living for other people? I know I fucking don't. And I don't mean this in like a mean way, right? I want you to go out there and do the thing that sets your soul on fire. Like this podcast sets my soul on fire. And I don't know if it's ever going to be top of the charts, or we're ever going to get 1 million downloads, or what the fuck ever. I don't know. But even if it reaches the same amount of people it reaches today for the rest of the time I do it, that's okay. And you know what? Want to know why that's okay? Because I know people are still impacted from it. They fucking text me all the time. I love this episode. I got this message. Thank you so much for this. And I don't say this cockily. I say this because I want you to know that you never know how the actions you are going to take, especially inspired, aligned action that you know in your gut you were meant to do, you never know how it's going to impact someone else. And you are getting that calling on your heart for a fucking reason. So allow yourself to believe in yourself, to trust yourself, and fucking follow that action and do it. Take the leap. And just remember, is your vision bigger than your fear? And if it's not, how can we move through the fear? So I said journaling. So I'm going to give you quick tips. Journaling, big. Breath work, big. I'm thinking about like becoming trained in breath work. So let me know y'all's thoughts on that if you would like some breath work, if that's something you'd be interested in. Because breath work is powerful. It can help you just release tension in your physical body, which can help you to really let go. And when you can release that physical tension, it really can help you to not have that physical reaction to fear and to uncomfort and to like these hard things that come up, right? A lot of times we have a physical reaction. We don't even know why we're having it. If you really learn to tune into your body, you'll notice it. Okay. Breath work, meditation, journaling, mindfulness. Those are all things I recommend. Just allowing yourself to sit with yourself, to be still, and to think about, why is this vision coming to my mind? How would it impact me? How would it impact me if I do it? How would it impact me if I don't? Which would you prefer? Okay, y'all. I gotta get going. Boomer, is alerting me. We love him so much. So thank you guys so much for listening, for tuning in. I'm so grateful for you. We're going to do a chakra card reading, and I love you all so much. Okay, y'all. We pulled the best card today. It is the Divine Wisdom card, and I feel like this goes so in alignment with everything I was talking about in today's episode about what's your vision? Do you trust yourself? Go inward. That is what this card is saying. So it is connected to the soul star chakra, which is above your crown chakra. I do recommend a clear quartz crystal if you're going to meditate with a crystal for this chakra. But guys, long story short is that the answers are within you. Trust the divine wisdom. The universe, your guides, your team is communicating to you. So when I talked about earlier in the episode today of take a moment, think about what inspired action am I being kind of nudged to take? What is coming up in my brain? What is coming up in my soul and my gut? What is my body telling me? What is my mind telling me? Trust yourself. This card is telling you that if you are looking for answers, stop going out elsewhere. And I struggle with this. Okay, so this is me calling myself out right now. Stop going to everyone else for your answers and start looking inward. You have the divine wisdom that you need. You are your own guru. Okay, so this is your sign that if you're looking for answers, if you're questioning things, if maybe you're someone that overthinks a lot and you really like to go to everyone else and get their opinion. Like, I know I'm like that. I love other people's opinion and insight. Like, it helps me to make a decision. But at the same time, at the end of the day, I know that I hold the ultimate divine wisdom. So this is your card today. Okay. You will get a feeling in your body when everything is dressed right. Like I was talking about, you will get a gut feeling if you should or shouldn't do something. You'll also get a gut feeling if you've like taken the right action, in my personal opinion. So take a moment in a quiet place, ask yourself your questions, and listen to the voice that's coming inside of your head, inside of your heart, because it is giving you the answers. It is giving you that divine wisdom. You do not need to go to other people. So very quick little chakra reading today, but that is what we are being told. So I know someone needed to hear that. I think it's hilarious that this is the card that was pulled. It just aligns so well with the message of the day. So divine wisdom, trust your own and your innate divine wisdom. You have it within you. You are powerful. You are knowing. Trust yourself. And I know it can be really hard to learn how to trust yourself. I'm still learning how to trust myself. So I understand that it's not the easiest thing to do, but I believe in you. I know you have it within you. So let's get empowered, y'all. Have a great, amazing week. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you for taking the time to be a part of our Get Empowered community. Don't forget to check the show notes for the resources I shared in today's episode, and of course, to connect with me on social. You can find all of our offers and community links at empoweredwitherika.com. I always love hearing from you, so don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe, and tag me with your biggest takeaways from today's episode. Let me know what you loved and what you want to hear more about, and share it with someone who you think would love it too. I cannot wait to share more with you. I'll see you next week, and don't forget to stay empowered.